Will and Holly Marshall, as the earth beneath them trembled, lost their father through the door of time. Uncle Jack went searching and found the kids at last, looking for a way to escape. Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7. It is Saturday, which is usually Shaolin Saturday, but we're a day off because of my adventure to my assignment to Moab. So we're going to catch up with Land of the Lost, our live action show that should have been on Thursday. It's now Saturday. Tomorrow we'll get back to our normal schedule, and next week we'll be fine. Having said all that, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I thought I'd change that. Let me know what you think about this season 3. There's one really cool episode here which I like, and really, if you substituted Jack for, Rick Marshall, I don't even know what I guess we did know. I thought it was lame. Be that as it may, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these episodes, and watch a little longer than usual. Shouldn't take too long today at all. So, having said that, let's roll. I hope you can see that pretty well, but that just made me laugh. Alice versus Will. Too bad Agent PW or uh, DA or Rick DePayne won't see that, but I should send it to him. Anyway, our first episode is The Orb. And of course, I have not even, well, it's the third episode in the series. And once again, Sleestack, now speaking English fluently, are talking to the Council of Skulls about how to get rid of the marshals. It's like a theme. They went to the well a lot here. So they're going to, and there's Olenek. So they're looking at this pylon, and Will comes out and gets turned invisible by being inside the pylon. So there's an orb there that they want, the Sleestack want, because it'll give them control over something or another. They capture Enoch and Chaka and threaten to feed him to the god of the pit. Now, Holly is making torches for Uncle Jack there, or as they call him, just Jack. Look at how tall she's gotten all of a sudden. And Will comes home and they can't see him because he's invisible. How did Chaka escape? I don't remember now. But so Will goes out to rescue Enoch because, of course, he can, because they can't see him. They use some crystals. This is pretty much the only dinosaur in here is Grumpy. And then we've got Will goes down into the cavern, into the pit. He starts becoming visible again, but he grabs the orb. There is Alice. There's some dumb stuff. I mean, it's not a memorable episode. I did not remember it at all. They give the Sleestack leader there the orb, and then he threatens to throw Enoch into the pit. So Will shows up, drops the pit. It drops the orb back into the pit. They grab him, and they all get away. Everyone's happy. And then Holly says, well, what did the creature in the pit look like? So let's listen to that.
There will be another prophecy, another time.
Enoch, I don't understand you. You almost get me killed, my whole family. Well, now you make it possible for us to leave in safety.
If you will examine them, Will Marshall, you will find both actions entirely logical.
Highly logical.
Both in my interest.
Come on, Will, forget it. I'll never understand the meaning of morality.
You are wrong, Jack Marshall. Today, when one of you came to rescue me, I understood the meaning of morality. I merely find it not logical.
Let's go. I can't explain any of it, Will. Not your invisibility, nor the disappearing part on nothing.
Well, maybe it has to do with the Sleestack prophecy.
Maybe. Or maybe there's just no explanation that's comprehensible to us. In the land of the lost, there are not always that type of explanation.
Well, there was just one thing I want to know.
What's that?
Holly want to know what God of pit look like. Well, what does it look like?
Well, it's funny, Holly. Maybe it's because I was invisible, but I couldn't see it.
Couldn't see it?
That's right. I could feel him, but I couldn't see him.
And what did he feel like?
Well, he was cold, slimy, very, very slimy.
Oh, Will.
So our next episode, number 4, is Repairman. This was broadcast October 2nd, 1976. And remember how I've said that they added too many characters? Well, this is not one I agree with. I do agree with this, that this was a very fascinating character. So he's played by, well, we'll get to it. So Repairman, the Sleestack, well, there's Spot. So we get a little stop motion here. Once again, we're in the Council of Skulls. They're trying to figure out how to get rid of the marshals. And Holly and Will are playing on a homemade chess set. And Holly said, Will apparently is a bad sport because he upends the board every time he's about to lose. There's old Spike, and the Sleestack have a secret way into a pylon, and they steal one of the crystals. There's your secret way, and it makes it hot, really hot, which is odd because they don't like heat. Everyone has to go inside because they're, and then suddenly, when Mr. Blandings shows up out of the blue. Now, Mr. Blandings is very English. He's played by Laurie Main, pardon me. And he was in hundreds of things, such as Get Smart, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Andy Griffith Show, Three Stooges Go Around the World in a Daze, That Girl, The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, and Bewitched, etc., Murder, She Wrote. My sainted mother watches that. And in The Facts of Life Go to Paris. Jeez, that thing was everywhere. I mean, he just worked constantly. He was in My Fair Lady, a movie that went on and on and on. Daniel Boone lasted 5-6 seasons. Well, anyway, he was in lots of stuff. So he's quite pleasant here, but he's very, very English, don't you know? And he just appears. He's a repairman. William Blandings. You may call me Blandings. And this is the part we're going to see because it's the only stop motion here, and Alice and Grumpy are having an agreement or something. This is probably stock footage from the earlier episode where
Poor
Grumpy
beast. Battling over water, no doubt. It's a dreadful shortage, you know.
I know.
Really no reason for this sort of thing, you know.
None of the other companions were ever surprised by this.
Situation.
And I did say companions, yes, because I believe the repairman is a Time Lord.
The ticket.
I also have a theory about this.
A divining rod.
It's a dowsing rod, but perhaps in England it's a divining rod. Not really how they work, but in the Land of the Lost it probably works as well.
Excellent.
Now this is the new bit of animation. Look at them smell.
You smell the water, you know.
Yeah, I just said that. I don't think they were fighting. I still don't think they were fighting.
That'll be all the fighting for them for a while.
How did you do that?
Nothing to it, old chap.
Elementary.
Artesian well. Fellow ready to burst from the ground.
So Uncle Jack brings back Blandings to introduce him to Holly and Chaka. And he produces a chocolate milkshake or a malted milk, one of the two. And then Will shows up, and none of them seem to be surprised by this mysterious stranger who apparently has some way to get around from time and relative dimensions and space, possibly an umbrella like a certain other Time Lord who was a wonderful, what was Mary Poppins anyway? Practically perfect in every way. So, also English. So off they go. And the umbrella also acts as a heat shield, and they go to the Lost City. He's got to go talk to the Sleestack. He's got a force field that stops Alice in her tracks, much to her annoyance. There it is. So, of course, he uses it on the Sleestacks. One falls into the pit. This is 2 episodes with the God of the Pit, right in a row. And, of course, while he's getting the missing energy stone, crystal, he dumps over his force field generator and breaks, and now he's caught, thrown into the pit, and he's looking at his watch because I think he knows a little bit about time. Jack's discovered that there's flammable gas from the marsh gases, and he captures it. They turn him into not Molotov cocktails, but close enough. They throw him at Sleestack. They rescue Blandings, and they keep throwing him. They get over to the where they find the pylon. Up they go. He seals it. He has a key, so he gets up there, replaces it. Everyone's happy. And there we have the end. And let's just watch that. It's the sun crystal.
The solar flares have stopped. And the heat's gone. Blandings, you've done it.
Quite so. Have we got the time?
Yes, it's
He has a
6
pocket
o'clock.
watch.
Straight. Landings? Landings?
My belief is
Will.
Blanding's a Time Lord. He has to go back to set things right that once went wrong.
Jack.
He's the one that brings Rick Marshall back and takes Jack away.
He said 6 o'clock.
I believe this is what happened to set the timeline right, because this is a variant.
How'd he go?
I wish I knew, Holly. I really wish I knew.
You know, Uncle Jack, Blanding said that he'd always tell the truth as long as he was here.
Right, as far as I know, he did.
Well, he said that we're going to get out of the land of the lost.
See?
That's terrific. Did he say when?
No.
Once he set things right that once went wrong.
Certainly sounds like Blandings, doesn't it?
Okay, so we get to episode 5, Medusa, which is probably my least favorite episode of this batch and one of my least favorite episodes of the entire run. First broadcast October 9th, 1976. And of course, this is Medusa is played by Marion Thompson. And now they do have a callback to where Will tries to teach Chaka how to fish. Holly gets swept downstream because the Mississippi River going downstream. We've already seen Medusa turn a bug into stone. Yet again, another large bug right there. There she is. She's played by Marion Thompson. Boy, that's just awful. I mean, Chaka wants to eat the bamboo pole. He would not have survived on the Mississippi River floating downstream. That is a Rainmakers, the band, the Rainmakers reference, for anyone that doesn't know. See there, Holly goes zipping down there, and Maddie rescues Holly. Takes her in there. There's Lulu. And, oh yeah, Maddie has creeping vines that will attack anything if they don't like them. She also talks to herself a lot. and drinks with herself a lot. Spike gets turned into stone, or Ace, perhaps not the Spike. We'll have to see if he shows up again. Otherwise, he's Spike. He's a Spike statue. Naturally, uh, Jack, and Will and Chaka, who's sporting a rockin' '80s mullet there, isn't he? He'll start shredding any time now. Could probably play for Dawkins. Holly sees Spike petrified. And look, and that is supposed to be another callback to the first season. The guy that Walker Edmonston played, the Southern Confederate, who got frozen or got petrified. I mean, it's nice, but again, this is the timeline that went wrong. See the previous episode. Holly wants to go home, and the guys get attacked by the vines. Chaka goes to find her and warns her. And of course, Jack realizes, he hasn't seen Clash of the Titans because it hasn't been filmed yet. This was still 6 years before, and even 4 years before your humble agent had to listen to it for 4 years about it. But he's smart enough to realize that in the myth, Perseus uses his shield. That wasn't an invention of Clash of the Titans, 1981. And I think we'll just watch the end of it from here. How's that sound? Now, this ends abruptly. I don't know exactly what happened, but it'll work.
You never could do anything right.
Well, that's it. I mean, so in some legends, the people come back to life. Say Perseus and the Perseus again, or the sons of Hercules against the Medusa, Medusa against the sons of Hercules, or which was the first film version, which is we've reviewed here because we like that movie. But off they go. They just leave.
Anyway, when
Spike
Will was telling us about the Medusa, I suddenly remembered something about the story myself. Seems the hero in it was able to
Perseus.
watch her in the mirror when he killed her with the sword. That way he didn't turn into a stone himself.
I'm just glad it worked out good for you.
Oh.
Chaka's glad too.
Good.
Imagine how bummed out she felt when she realized she was going to spend eternity as a ugly statue.
That's the problem with vanity and anger and all those other vices.
What's that, Holly?
You never know if you might get stuck that way.
Spoiler alert. There's our episode about, that's the movie our episode is going to be about tomorrow. My favorite Godzilla movie. So that just, the copy I had that I downloaded from the Internet Archive just ended right there. So sorry about that. I don't know what happened after that. The vagaries of digital are there. It's not perfect. But having said all that, until our next, that is our 3 episodes here. I think the second one was the best one. And the orb is all right, but they just went back to the well over and over and over with the Slee Stack and visiting visitors, which we'll see in at least 2 more here, at least 2 or 3 more episodes. And, I think that they could have done it a little better. But having said all that, my fellow agents, we have skipped the 7-Song Friday. And until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. Sing us out there, Wesley Ure.